Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes to really wherever our whims take us. Strap in because it's about to get awkward and you may try to escape, so you need to be stuck in place. A lot of you wanted me to cover this one, the comic that strongly implies that Superman wants to get with Supergirl. Yes, I'm aware of it, and yes, we're about to talk about it. Now I know some may say, I thought we agreed to never speak of this. Well, here we speak of all the things. Supergirl has had an interesting history and we've tackled some of it here on this channel. She actually appeared in proto form before she officially appeared as Kara Zor. There was that version that Jimmy wished into being using the magic totem that Superman gave to him as a souvenir. This was in Superman issue 123 in 1958. He creates a dream girl for Superman, a Supergirl. There are also some things with recoloring, so there are some issues, rare issues, where she has red hair and looks a lot like Jimmy and then was recolored to be blonde, and just, it's very interesting. We did videos talking about it, so of course card and links. This early version was said to be there to test the public's appetite for a Supergirl, even though it was a concept that had been flirted with before, even prior to that. The first appearance of Supergirl that most are familiar with is Action Comics 252 from 1959. Although some will say that it should be counted as issue 251 because there's a preview in that issue where you see that Supergirl is going to appear in the next one. In that story, there is a comment that Superman makes that stands out. While you were gone, I used my super hearing and heard many Earth girls' names. I thought of a good one for myself. Linda Lee. How's that?
As good as any. Lana Lang was my girlfriend when I was Superboy, and Lois Lane replaced her when I became Superman. By sheer coincidence, she picked the same initials, LL. No. Why, Autobinder? Why? Don't go there. Don't do this to us. The fact that Superman makes that connection and leaves it kind of open for interpretation, like, oh, all the other great loves of my life have LL as their initials, so maybe. No, I don't want those threads connected. Take it back, we don't want any. However, this idea did not fade into nothingness, but came back stronger than ever in Action Comics 289. This in 1962, in a story written by Superman co-creator Jerry Siegel, with art by Jim Mooney. And we're gonna take a look at it. Set phasers to cringe. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Join us in this comic book journey. Superman's super courtship. How fate works out. Every girl I've ever liked has had the initials LL. Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lori Lamaris. Now I'm going to marry this superwoman whose name on her world is Luma Lanai.
I'm so happy for Superman, but how strange that the woman he is finally going to wed looks exactly as I will when I grow up. Never before have I wished so hard that something was cover bait, but this is actually pretty accurate except for one change that makes it oh so much worse. This story is the second one in this issue and features a teaser page that sees Supergirl stopping Cupid from shooting his little cherubic arrow into Superman because she's got this. She really doesn't. She should just let Cupid shoot the arrow. How this plot arises is that Supergirl is watching a romance movie with her parents. It gets her all twisted up. It's one of those bittersweet romance plots. The man realized too late that the lady was his true love, went to propose, but she'd already moved on with someone else. Also, Linda wears her wig while she's at home with her parents, even though they know she's Supergirl because there's a power outage and she flies off to fix it, and she changes in front of them. So why wear the wig all the time? Does she just like it? Which, I mean, I understand. Or is it just in case someone walks into their house by surprise, sitcom style? I love that her family are so supportive of her superheroing. When she comes back, her dad gives her a big like atta girl essentially. So this movie that they watched has Linda / Kara fixated on Superman. She's worried that he's going to become a bachelor. Just the worst fate that could befall anyone, I guess. He may end up not married. All of this is just her. It's not like he said he was sad or lonely or anything. She's just assuming and projecting. We all know that he's having a great time playing cruel tricks on Silver Age Lois Lane, over in the comics Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, and Superman, and Action Comics, and really just anywhere, everywhere in the Silver Age. The point is, he's fine. So Kara decides that she's gonna play matchmaker and find him the perfect wife. Her parents tell her that this is a terrible idea and she should leave well enough alone and just let it all happen naturally and not to meddle, but what do they know? Stupid parents, they just don't understand. She's extra determined after she has these dreams where you see Superman being happy because he lights a fire with his heat vision for him and his wife and invites an alien friend over who says that Superman's wife is the best cook in the universe. Well, you know, if Kara dreams it, she has to do it. Dreams also featured prominently when she met Comet with a Superhorse, but that was because he was using his psychic centaur trapped in a horse's body abilities. Yeah, a whole lot about that was very questionable. Kara has decided that to find the perfect woman for Superman, that she has to think outside the box. So she leaves a note for Superman to meet her back in time because the woman that she has picked is Helen of Troy.
Superman shows up and is all, "Where's the emergency?" And Supergirl goes,
"I didn't say it was an emergency. Meet lovely Helen of Troy."
This all backfires, and the men at the arena end up enamored with Supergirl after she has to help Clark fight off a unicorn and a minotaur. This makes Helen of Troy jealous and angry, so that's a no-go. Clark is oblivious as to why all of this is happening.
Kara decides that if the past wasn't the answer, what about the future?
The Legion of Superheroes. Plus, her and Superman already know them, so that gets rid of that whole awkward introduction and getting to know you phase. She looks at the roster and decides that Saturn Girl would be the best grown-up for Superman. She says that she'll grow up to be the hottest, because yes, the Legion of Superheroes are teens. She's gonna go to a point in the future where they're adults and have Clark get with her then. This plan has not been thought through. Not at all. She gets Superman to follow her to the future, past the point where they normally pop out, and they arrive at the Christmas party. But they have no gifts, and so they have to get some, for they cannot commit any faux pas. I mean, we're trying to get a proposal to happen. I mean, you have to have a proper Christmas gift or go on a carnival date. At least that's what I was taught when Supergirl married Jimmy. Supergirl goes for the tried and true classic trope of, "I'll put up some mistletoe and they'll stand beneath it and kiss, and then they'll fall in love." Saturn woman, I never dreamed you'd grow up into such a spectacular beauty.
Hi, yes, I have a plot that I'd like to return. Yes, I'll hold. We're holding.
Superman and Saturn woman kiss,
and they're super into it. He even goes in for a second kiss.
And then her husband interrupts because she got married, which is a factor that Supergirl did not account for at all. The idea that she would be in a relationship of some kind.
Saturn Girl's married. Stupid me. Why didn't I try to kindle a spark between Superman and Phantom Woman instead? She's probably single.
Just straight viciousness from Kara. What did the Phantom Lady do to you? Sorry, Phantom Woman. Not every person who's single wants to be with Superman. No more romance movies for Kara. Only action movies from now on. Supergirl is bummed and confesses to Superman what she's been trying to do, and so he tries to cheer her up, and here's where it all goes wrong. I mean, it was already kind of going wrong, but here's where it just goes off the rails. Off the rails into an incomplete part of the subway. If I ever did marry, it would be to someone super and lovable. Like you. We can't marry because we're cousins, though cousins can marry in certain countries here on Earth. We're both from the planet Krypton, where the marriage of cousins was unlawful. So you know what this means. This means that he's thought about it. You don't just bust out the, "Oh, we can't get married, but in these places we could, but here we can't," unless you've thought about it. Also, I mean, he's Superman. Firstly, how would anybody know if he married Supergirl, as that would be? Let's just go down this weird rabbit hole for a minute. How would anybody know? And even if they did, what would they do about it? What, the Earth police are just gonna show up and be like, "Stop, we only support human incest in certain countries, not Kryptonian incest. Cease and desist, Superman. Sir, please don't fry me with your I-beams." Why is this concept a thing? It will baffle me forever. Supergirl is spurred on into more action by this and not creeped out. Instead, she decides she needs to find a duplicate of herself somewhere in the universe. A doppelganger for Superman to get with since he's so into her. She finds one on a planet called Starl, planet with magical alternate Supergirl, and the story doubles down on the Superman really likes Supergirl angle. Likes. Can I find a girl there as wonderful as Supergirl? I'll soon know. Why couldn't it just have been, "Oh, he wants a wife with superpowers so he doesn't have to worry about her getting hurt"? Why'd it have to specifically be Kara? But I mean, she did pick a civilian name with 2 L's. There's nothing he could do. He's compelled. He meets this adult superwoman whose name is Luma Lanai, so she falls into his matching initials fetish, which is good because I don't know if he could have gone for it otherwise. Despite her seemingly being a hero on her planet, she's willing to abandon everything when Superman asks her to come back to Earth as his wife. But it is not to be, for the sun of our solar system acts like kryptonite does, and so she loses her powers and just becomes ordinary. And well, we can't have that. That puts him back in the exact same boat he was in before. He offers to stay on her planet, but she says no. His world needs him. I guess her world didn't need her though. Supergirl is devastated, but Superman says it's fine. Maybe fate had a reason for blocking all those potential marriages. Supergirl thinks maybe he is fated to be with Lana or Lois, neither of whom were options that she tried, even though both are women who are actually interested in him and that he is interested in as well, back, and who he knows. Kara goes home to her parents, who basically tell her, "I told you so." I don't know if she told them all about the "he'd marry me if he could" angle, and so Supergirl vows to not be a matchmaker anymore. But she can't resist thinking about maybe pairing up with Cleopatra just a little bit.
and then it ends.
Oh boy, what have we learned?
Well, we've learned that Supergirl has no chill when it comes to her shipping, that also she is a crack shipper, just random pairings for her. Ex-Helen of Troy or ex-Cleopatra.
Kara, what are you doing? The potential ripple effects through time. Acting worse than a modern era Booster Gold.
Oh, and that Superman is kind of in love with his cousin.
Stay away from your teenage cousin, Clark. Put it in a box and make it so that only certain people who want to solve the box can open it. Treasure to some, trash to others.
I'm the pinhead of Silver Age stories. This is a bizarre plot point, even for the time, and it sticks out not only because of its taboo nature, but because it's so unnecessary. Superman has plenty of romantic interests, and they've never had a problem just inventing new ones before, so why even introduce this as a point with Kara, who's related to him? And you know that they're aware of the forbidden nature, there wouldn't be that whole, oh, some places it's okay panel. Ugh, look at how he's tilting her chin up and everything. I'll remember this forever, and now so will you.
I can feel some of you being like, challenge accepted. I will forget this. Bonk.
The main story of Supergirl trying to play matchmaker for her cousin could have worked and is a little cute. It's a sweet premise in theory. Supergirl trying to find the perfect girl for him, but just having no idea what to look for. It could have been one of those little lesson stories, like, you know, leave well enough alone, or mind your own business, or, you know, it's fine, just stop. You could make this work, and even work in a rationale for why she avoids Lana and Lois. Even something as simple as they're not working out, time for someone new. Although this plot isn't a new one for Kara, and we'll see it executed again. She's just really set on Superman dating, maybe so that he won't date her. The execution of everything here is extra awkward if you give it even more than a second's thought. From the potential destruction of the timeline to the uncomfortable conventions of pursuing an aged up Saturn woman, really, the Supergirl thing is just the cherry on the top. So yes, big no to all of this, except for the Minotaur and Unicorn fight. More of that, please. So that was the time when Superman tried to justify the fact that he can't marry Supergirl even though he apparently wants to. He's thought about it. Silver Age Superman thought about it. Share all your thoughts down below. Tell me your feelings. Which historical figure do you ship Superman with? Do all of the YouTube things. Share, comment, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time of your day spent discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.